I don't think you're really idolizing the correct person.
You do realize, I mean, that's Andrew, that's on Andrew, but
that is on
clipped.
Andrew.
Hold on.
Where's the pickle jar?
So it's clipped entirely, leaving out critical context,
such as
both prior. Okay, let me ask you a question. If you were to say, I think it's bad if, or you would frame it like this. You were to say, I think it's bad when people are racist, or hold on, what's the best framing for this? I can't think of an example. You could agree, though, that there could be a situation where somebody gets clipped out of context?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And it could be edited in such a malicious way to make it appear as if you said something that you didn't, or left out context.
There's also AI.
Well, that whole clip
not...
was a little bit not used at it. Like, if you even...
Did you... Let me ask you... No, that's fine. Let me ask you a question. The clip in reference, did you watch the whole debate?
Well, any statement
hold on. The question's not for you.
I'm just saying, like, whatever he said, no context would be okay with that.
From start...
Did you watch...
No,
from second 1 to second 0 of the entire episode, that's multiple hours.
Did you even watch, like, the debate? Like, when I say the debate, did you actually watch...
seconds of that debate?
Did you just see clips?
No.
Okay, so you tuned into our video and you watched that segment.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what was proceeding from where the clip began.
They were talking about grape and essence.
No, they weren't. Wow, you're a total sheep. You're not. You didn't even watch the clip, and you fell for it.
Sorry,
you fell
in that
for it
clip,
deceptively.
what were they talking about?
Andrew was doing an internal critique of Oliver's position. If I recall correctly, Oliver was saying they were talking about something totally unrelated to that, and Oliver was saying, well, there's an exception. There's an exception to what you're saying, and again, you're going to have to talk to Andrew about this, not my fucking position. And then Andrew was saying, well, hold on, let me test your logic here. This terrible thing, if some of the people that this terrible thing happens to, if they'd enjoy it, would that point towards that thing being good?
No.
What do you mean, no? That's literally the basis of
it being good.
Right, so he was doing an internal critique of Oliver.
Okay.
Oliver, by the way, who has some allegations towards him as it relates to when he was a bit younger, he exposed himself to a minor, and he said the following. And this is actually funny, so somebody could do the same exact thing. So how do I frame it so I don't get fucking clipped for what somebody else said? He said that he thinks it's, he said, I manipulated women into doing things that they didn't want to do. That's what Oliver said. So, okay, that's the character of the person who did the misleading clip.
Of course.
Right? So, but it's clear you didn't watch the whole thing.
I said that I didn't watch the whole thing.
Right, but so the clip is deceptively edited in, like, honestly a completely disgusting way to make it seem like Andrew was suggesting something or essentially being a grape apologist.
Okay.
Which, if you actually watch the whole clip, not the case at all.
Okay, well, it was an interesting take for him to say in that way anyway, but that wasn't the question.
Your brain works, you know?
The question was just, where is Andrew? So I said, if that's who you're idolizing, maybe take a check on that. And I wasn't saying anything else. I don't even remember what the rest of the question for that person was.
Do women give up during divorce? And I would say
it depends on why they're divorcing. I mean... Women who divorce, who get married super young to an old guy for money, maybe no, they don't give up or whatever. But women who are divorcing for a genuine reason, then yeah. I don't really know what your point with that
Do you think context matters?
For the divorce?
No, just in general.
Of what?
Well, going back to the
Andrew thing?
The Andrew thing.
Yeah, of course context matters.
Yeah.
But that statement was strange regardless.
Well, so before the show, I actually warned Andrew, and I said, Oliver is a fucking clip chimp. And I fucking warned Andrew.
Was Oliver the one he was
warned Andrew,
against?
And I was like, Andrew, don't say some shit that he's gonna fucking clip.
Was the one he was debating against Oliver?
Oliver's the guy he was debating against, yeah. So he did it to Jim Bob, who he debated against before.
Well, coercion is bad, so... Oliver using coercion to sleep with women. When you lie to someone about anything, that's still considered grape if you lie about it.
Yeah, if you lie about your identity, that's still grape.
Because the girl never consented to your lie. The woman never consented.
But that's not the point. The point is, did Andrew get clipped? And he got clipped, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to do the whole spiel with all that. So, okay. All right. Inquisitor Zeal, can you read this, please? Oh, my God. Is it not pulling up? Hold on. Go ahead, read it.
Chair 1 is correct about women being controlled by patriarchal culture. Everyone was. We've abolished that, and our civilization is collapsing. Congrats. You've proven women must be oppressed forever.
that must be.
That's why society is not fucking working, because we were oppressed for so long. We're finally like saying no. We're finally like my picture. I am a sex worker. I see the real world for what it is. I hang out with CEOs all the time, like real CEOs that you guys talk about working for. I'm not gonna blow them up, but like they like to party. They like to hang out. They cheat on their wives. So.
All right, Clint, read this from Clint.
She is delusional. I am in a very competitive field. The percentage of women applying get hired more than the percentage of men applying get hired. They also get paid the same, not based on sex, but based on seniority. Seniority?
Why are they getting hired more? Because prior they were not getting hired. So it's like the leveling balance. We need to balance it up. All men were working. Now women want to.
My only issue is at Klein or whatever. Like, we don't know what you actually do.
In my industry, guys don't get paid as much.
Sitting in your room, like, we don't know what you actually do.
Yeah.
But my guys in my industry don't get paid as much. We as women, we make substantially more than them. So it's like.
What do you want to say?
No, I just think. I'm listening. It's fascinating. It's interesting. But for me, this conversation is almost, it's hard to understand as a woman, because I'm listening to women. I am a woman, and I'm thinking, why don't I understand? So I'm trying to focus on myself and see why. What is it about me that... So the question is, why I never in my life I felt discriminated as a woman? Why I never lived the experience of being paid less as a man? Actually, it's the opposite. So why I never felt that? I know
you might have the confidence to like ask for more. A lot of women don't have that.
Okay,
confidence.
I was actually going to say that when that was mentioned, because it was mentioned here that men are more into, hey, I can negotiate, I can ask for, excuse me, I can do that, and I've done it. And I do it. I still do it. So I don't think that has to do with what if we have ovaries or a prostate. You know what I mean? I don't think it has to do with if we're a woman or a man. I think it has to do with your education and what you choose. Because I charge $150 for one piano class. And I am a flight attendant too. And the men, the guys that are working as flight attendants, they make the exact same money that I do.
Yeah.
So that's what I find it fascinating. I'm learning. I don't know. I know it happened before women were able to vote.
I got to move it on. Go ahead, read this.
Sorry about that.
Zhang King Miao, I don't know how to say that. His wife played a leading role in enforcing purges during the Cultural Revolution. She is directly tied to an estimate 100,000 to 1 million deaths. She was arrested and convicted for this.
But do you see how you refer to her as that guy's wife? You don't refer to her as who she actually is. She is under her husband's probable control. I mean, I can't prove it because I don't know her and she's not alive today to say that. But you literally refer to her as this guy's wife, not this woman.
Because
it was his wife. It was not her.
Who is her husband?
No.
Her husband is Chairman Mao, the founding father.
Chairman Mao.
Yeah, People's Republic of China. Of course, if you simply bring up her name, nobody would know like who the heck this is. So just to clarify, they have to emphasize, okay, this is someone's wife.
But you don't think Chairman Mao's wife was at all manipulated by Chairman Mao to do things? You think she was completely in control of her own decisions?
Wait, hold on. What if she would... The fuck?
You scared me.
What?
When I'm asking her, though.
What's your question again?
You don't
Brian's
think
the
Chairman Mao's wife you think she was completely in control of her own decisions
I mean,
the whole time?
I wasn't living in that age, so I'm not clearly sure about what happened in the history. But unless you have some sort of evidence to show me that she was manipulated by the husband.
Yeah, if you're making the claim, you're going to have to provide evidence that he was manipulating her. What if it's actually the case that she was like a more fervent ideological supporter of communism? Maybe she was more of a hardcore communist than he was.
Yeah, quote unquote, maybe. But if you look at what happened in history, it wasn't like she was on the name of all the history books. It was him. He did all the things. And if she did part of it, you'd have to assume that he had a play in that, because at the time, even still, people there, men have more power, even political power. It's not fair to you to say, well, maybe she was pulling the strings. You don't know. It's like, okay, but if you look at what was happening, he was pulling the strings.
You don't know if she was being manipulated.
Exactly.
In a world where war is profitable, people that's what the society will want to push for, you know. That's
Speak into the
what
guys,
the society's pushing for.
Please speak into the microphones. All right, read this.
Chair 1. Women couldn't find work in the 1920s. Common female occupations included factory work, domestic service, teaching, nursing, and
Clerical work.
Clerical work. Never seen that word before. Like typing, bookkeeping, BBC.
What does that stand for?
Thank you.
There wasn't like a
Nate
law.
or whatever.
There was not a law on the book saying women couldn't work.
I know that.
Okay.
However, if you look at what was going on, it was not common for women to work. It was actually discouraged. You were seen as less than if you had a job such as that, because your entire job was supposed to be marrying a man and having children.
Do you think that women wanted to work back then, or did they want to build families?
They were taught to want to build families.
Is that a bad thing?
I mean, in the grand scope of what's happening in the world, then yeah. Everyone should have been taught to be equal. Men should take care of the family as much as women, and women should work, and so should men. Everyone should work. Women should have time off for giving birth and pushing a whole human out of them, for sure.